on that Lena.
A tall task though against Gunner.
It is, and I don't know if alone is as formidable. Probably not. Quinn is an exceptional laner. But if he can build somewhat of an advantage similar to what Quinn did, that can really set the tone for this game for Wildcard. I think Slardar's lane is also pretty good here. You're playing against Void plus DP. Should be good matchups for the Slardar to play into.
I hate to interrupt, but it's prediction time, okay?
I know.
Player with highest total magic or pure damage done to heroes by 25 minutes. I'm going to say alone on the Lena.
Yeah.
I think that's actually pretty safe.
Yeah.
Team with the first tower kill. The Death Prophet team, I guess. The
Yeah.
Nouns. Total number of smoke gank kills at game end. I hate these ones.
5 to 8.
Yeah, I'll go 5 to 8. Player with most D wards by 15 minutes. I'm going to say Sammy Boy.
Yeah, let's do that.
He dies to get D wards
We
all
can
the
change
time.
the smoke prediction if there's a first blood here.
That's yes, keep that in mind, of course, as we're going to run right in. Costa Bile will have to time walk away, but Husky does not have that privilege. He is stuck in the corner, and he will be first blooded, and it goes to alone. That is the last hero you want it to go to. A little leg up for him in that mid lane.
All right, I'm switching to 9 to 12. All right, I'm not. I take it back. I'm 5 to 8.
Yeah, I'm sticking 5 to 8.
Okay, so I'm confused as to why Husky stayed in there. He was just hoping they weren't going to find him. He had the ward advantage. He saw them. Well, I guess when the smoke broke, he didn't have any options. So kind of just awkwardly gets cornered there. Yeah, I guess there was nothing to do. Just dead. And the first blood, as you said, went to alone. My God, the dream for Wildcard. He's going to start with Bottle.
They do pressure Eve a little bit, so he's going to be slightly late to the lane, and he's at half HP. We'll see how much that actually matters. But yeah, alone with the bottle already coming to him, so we'll see how much of a difference this makes.
He got the first blood with Dragon Slave skilled, which is important, because in this lane, the way Lina dominates the Ember is by spamming slaves on him. That's what we saw Quinn doing earlier, so doesn't have that point in stun that isn't particularly useful early on.
Big denies mid, too. That was nice.
Yeah, gets 2 on that first wave.
And he's not going to get the range creep, but
prioritizing correctly there. They're tipping each other over missed CS. That's when you know it's serious. Missed another one. He's going to tip him again if he could.
Good to see.
You can tip away, Gunner. If this is going to continue, you're going to be in trouble sometime soon, because that first blood is going to offset like 5 CS. So Lena's now already 10 for 2, technically, against 4-0 in this mid lane.
Yep, good start for Wildcard. As we're going to see a dispose in the top lane, Husky, is this going to be his second death? He's going to get the Spirit Siphon up, but obviously only level 1, so there's the crush. You can see the puddle. Even pops the Fairy Fire. He's dead no matter what. Divine Llama gets credit for that. So Husky, 2 early deaths.
Costa Bile is getting free farm, though, as a trade-off. He gets 2 denies and 2 or 3 CS while they were out hunting, so somewhat even, actually, of a trade. Losing your 5 to win a creep wave is not that bad. Sometimes players are a bit too kill-focused.
Don't you think that's a little sad, though?
Yeah, it's a delicate balance, though, because imagine if kills were that impactful, like how hard it would be to play farming.
Well, sure, but you're comparing a hero life to 2 creeps. That's pathetic.
It's 2 creeps and 2 denies.
Still. Yeah, 2 enemy creeps and 2 ally creeps. That's pathetic. That's a hero, Cinderin.
Yep.
Just think about that.
Thinking.
Costa Bile is using the Arcana Void set. We get to see some of the cool animations. The time lock animation is sick. Really sick. And of course, the Chronos speaks for itself.
I feel like the way he has his arm out the whole time looks a little bit strange, doesn't it? Like, constantly has this left hand out. Is that a bug? It's like he's trying to grab onto stuff because he's blind. It's like, where am I? You know? Like.
Well, he doesn't have a face, so.
This is me when I go to bed in the dark and I'm looking for the door. You know, I just hold my left hand out until I feel the door handle. He's literally doing that nonstop. Nice batch animation.
Works out really well, though, because he's 15 and 4 already for CS, so.
Maybe he's feeling the creeps. Like, there you are, and then he's going to
That would be a good skill to have.
That's good lore.
Bottom lane, more harassment coming in. But Eve, 16 and 1, so really basically a wash if you want to compare just the position ones this early on. Looks like Eve will be going for the Battle Fury build. For Void, Are we expecting Mask of Madness, Maelstrom into Shard, BKB? That seems to be the semi-standard, but there's some
Husky,
variation.
big damage.
Yep, time dilation is there, but the crush going to keep him in place. Another bash comes in, though. Nope, not going to get the second right click to go as Ember Spirit ends up dying. So Gunnar, as you kind of expected, alone, winning this lane.
Yeah, that is such
Solo
a big kill. He actually kills him at a time that he might be able to get both waters as well. Because the water rune is spawning as Ember comes out, so if he doesn't make that his #1 priority to go to the right side right now when he TP's in, Alone could just bag them both. All right, it's going to get taken by Z-Freak, so good rotation there from the support to at least mitigate that little bit. But yeah, Gunnar's getting absolutely crushed in mid, and this lane is bad enough as it is. The Lina getting first blood, just like, what do you do as Ember?
Yep.
You just can't win the lane. There's no way.
Definitely feels bad.
And now top lane's going to get a lot nastier as well. So keep in mind, until now they have not had rebound. They skilled Dispose and Sidekick, which is amazing for Slardar, obviously, to have. Now they also have that jump to connect on Husky. But in turn, he finds level 3. And with 2 points in Spirit Siphon, he fights back a lot better. So actually, maybe this lane is just going to turn into a farm fest where neither team can really aggress.
Yep, it'll be interesting because with this bash, I mean, it does a lot of damage to creeps now, so you basically cannot out-CS the Slardar when that is procced. But you can obviously set that up and do the old rebound, dispose into bash, into crush, which would do a lot of damage. But I don't think that's going to be enough to just outright kill Costabile because of the time walk. But Husky on the other side could die again. We're going to wait things out.
Yeah, just don't underestimate Spirit Siphon level 2.
Yep,
It is
true.
4
We're going
times
to see a
as good
big
as Spirit Siphon
Starbreaker
level 1.
bottom. All right, you were giving us math lessons. Sorry about that, Cinderin.
Yeah, I'm just saying Spirit Siphon level 2 is 4 times as good as Spirit Siphon level 1.
Ooh,
So,
LSA in the mid lane. Alex is here. Rebound connects into the
rotation.
dispose. Couple more right clicks will do it, and Alone gets another kill on the Gunnar mid. I think they've ran out of tips at this point, but in the bottom lane, Eve gets taken out. That is the position 1 Troll Warlord, so just as impactful of a kill. I guess the only difference is Lina is getting essentially, I guess that wasn't solo XP, but the fact that it's the second kill is a big, big deal. Looking for this rune now. The LSA is there, and he gets the Arcane rune.
oh
Pops
dear.
the Fairy Fire.
Husky isn't safe now either, actually.
Yeah, because of this Arcane rune giving him some space. Alex, never mind.
Well,
Gunner's there.
that was not the way to do
Jump
it.
on that a
Alone-
bit,
oh, he's
but
gonna trade.
Alone with the Laguna Blade, doesn't care. Gets that freebie for himself. Of course, only a 40-second cooldown now for Laguna because of the Arcane rune popped. As
Why would the solo kill
What?
Costabile?
what? How?
All right. I mean,
What
Wildcard are
level's Time
definitely
Walk?
stepping it up. They're winning all 3 lanes right now. That is very, very good news for Wildcard fans here. That
Wait, are they? Troll died bottom.
yeah, he's
Like,
still
still
ahead on
farming
net
well.
worth though.
Yeah.
Like,
Huh.
so despite that death, because Eve just has a massive CS advantage. He's ahead by 10 CS against the Dawn. So that will offset that kill that they got. I also think Dawn might not have got the kill bounty, right? Did that go to him? Oh, it did actually go to him, but still not enough to cover that.
All right, well, now
difference.
Costabile has 3 levels of Time Walk, so it's a 12-second cooldown. Going to be much more difficult to kill him off.
Slardar has Haze
Move,
now.
bottom lane, whirling axes. Hammer's going to give him a little bit of space. And Sammy Boy going to get pressured a bit by Z-Freak with that level 2 of Starstorm. Again, I'm not sure why they're not picking heroes that combo well with Mirana in the laning stage, because I feel like that could really offset some of this laning stage advantage for Wildcard, but without a setup for that arrow, it feels like Z-Freak is having a tough time getting in this game again.
Nope.
20 seconds for the next power rune.
Yeah, Alone would love to get his hands on this. They're going to rotate over Sam on the Naga to try to cover this rune. He's going to be fighting Z-Freak. Nice disjoint there on the first part of the Starstorm. Double coverage on top rune, though, for Nouns. So if this spawns top, it's theirs. Gunner with the
50-50.
Rage, and he gets
Invis
unlucky.
for Alone.
Oh, they don't know this is an Invis either.
Oh, LSA is available. Not going to hit. That would have been a kill, too.
Narrowly
That is
dodging
unfortunate.
that by walking forward. Close call.
Yeah, that was certainly a kill.
Hearing a troll alt bot.
Yep, bottom lane. Eve, he's going to get the whirling axes as well, but it is a 3v1. So again, getting caught off here in the bot lane. That's the second death for the troll. And I mean, despite these two deaths, still even with the Void, which is kind of crazy.
Yep.
Costa Bile did take part in that fight in the bot lane. And we'll see if they can try to go for this tier 1 tower as well. Looks like he's going for the Midas this game on the Void.
Seems a bit
Is that a little too
dangerous,
slow
maybe.
paced?
Yeah, I'm a little bit uncertain about whether that's going to work out for them, because you could go for a greedy build like that if Ember is having a good time, but he is not. Like, Gunnar is being crushed in this lane as we've covered, so if Void goes Midas and needs time to build up, wondering if they're going to be a little bit too late. Eve.
Yep, top lane, Eve. Is this going to be death number 3? Does not have his ult. Crypt
Goodness,
Swarm
that
is enough, and now they're going to get the arrow set up with the Searing Chains. Oh, I actually missed that it was even in the game. They do have the setups in it. You should have corrected me.
Yeah, slight changes to set up for arrow.
I mean, that's the combo that we were hoping for in the previous series, and I
Yep, true.
just having another aneurysm at my old age.
This is a huge mistake from Eve that happens here. His game was already rough enough, but with this third death, he is effectively... He's now below the Void by 200, which might not sound like much, but considering that they counterpicked the Void with Slardar in lane, and Devai Lama did a good job overall, the fact that these two both now died together in the winning lane that they had is massive for Nouns to come back.
Husky ends up snagging that Arcane Rune, and you can see they punish Alex trying to get the deny on that. So Nouns able to withstand the early pressure that Wildcard was applying to them and have come back pretty nicely. Obviously, the one exception is Gunnar, still middle of the pack in terms of CS, or in terms of net worth, but alone leading the way with now the boots of travel to work with. Costa Bile still chilling in the bot lane, seems to be doing quite well, has recovered. And he's going to use the first Chronosphere of the game. Into the Starstorm, not even needing the arrow. Z-Freak gets credit for that one. Costa Bile, he'll have that Midas very shortly. Another couple hundred gold. And top lane, looking to focus Moo potentially. Bash is ready. Alex looking for the rebound setup. He's going to get it, but the Moonlight Shadow, oh, they will spot him if they can go up top. Yep, Starbreaker's going to show exactly where he is. Bash was primed. Down goes Moo. Devai Lama with that one, and now the tier 1 tower as well.
And now the really big play here from Wildcard is if they can also defend bot. They know there's no Chrono, so they're going to send Sam down here with the Naga and the illusions and just try to push them out.
Yep, he's being annoying as he has been this whole series on the same hero. Arrow not going to hit. Sammy Boy with no ultimate leveled, but he's going to be fine. And now a TP comes in from alone, focusing on Z-Freak, but not able to get the full combo off. Wasn't going to be enough damage to quite take him out. Laguna Blade. And the leap keeps Z-Freak alive, but Dragon Slave will require another leap from Z-Freak. Now mid lane, we're seeing Dawnbreaker ult. Eve is going to die again. No, gets off the ult, but it's still a 1v3. So getting caught off guard again. Just terrible death after terrible death for him, but alone, will he be able to get any sort of trade? Moo, a couple more right clicks will do it. But still, favorable for Nouns, and now they're going to get the tier 1 as well.
Nice TP from Husky to get out of bottom, realizing he couldn't get that tower and goes and pushes pressure mid instead. Now he will get caught off in the end, but still very good for him to get that mid objective as part of that move.
Man.
Yeah, you're seeing the potential of Sidekick together with Troll here, by the way. Look how low he was after that ult, and then he just kept sustaining with Sidekick level 3. It's now level 4.
Yeah.
He gets a little more items, and that situation occurs again. He might just stay alive next time.
Man, this game is... like net worth wise, very even, but imagine if Troll was having just an average game.
Yeah.
And it hadn't died 4 times. Like, alone is absolutely carrying this game for Wildcard, but it's not enough to really separate them from the pack quite yet, just because of the Troll. Who is still on his way to Battle Fury. He has the Perseverance and 800 into Broadsword.
And what's so crucial about these last few minutes is that it might make up for Void going Midas. I actually think with what happened, that will definitely turn out to be the right choice. It's not a prediction. Like, you just go on feel, right? You don't know exactly what's going on at that point in time, but it will be good, I think, now for Costa Bile with Troll slowing down as much as he did. Because now this Midas will allow him to stay ahead, or at least on par. And that is
they're
obviously
gonna
against
smoke.
a hero that farms fast.
Costabile really wants the Midas a creep. You can tell he's just itching for it.
Yeah.
They have the Chrono and they want to use it. All right, there's the Alpha Wolf. Arcane Ring.
Nothing to Chrono down here, though.
Yep, there are creeps and a tower, though.
Could Chrono the tower.
You could. Looks like that's going to be given up here. As Costabile now showing the Midas. Gunner. The double damage should be able to finish this off by himself. Oh, look at this play from Wildcard into the Roche pit. Oh, man, with the amplified damage coming out from the Slardar, even a Laguna Blade used. They want this fast, and they're going to get it. This was really cool from Wildcard. You can see the TP's in. TP's coming in, I should say. It's the bash coming out repeatedly from Roche. It's going to delay it a little bit, but Alone gets the Aegis, and everybody from Wildcard gets the hell out. Really cool play.
Yeah. Mars the Slardar, ladies and gentlemen. You just kill Roche and Troll. It is quick.
Hey, don't forget about the Laguna Blade, Cinder, and that was really important.
That's true. Not forgetting
must have
about that
been,
anytime soon.
Was that an arcane rune?
I don't think
Maybe
he had
not,
arcane.
actually. Yeah, it's just a low cooldown. 70 seconds. Jeez. Well, we're going to see a smoke now from Wildcard. As we see the top lane. Oh, no. Eve has to pop the ult again. Nobody's even near him, so he's certainly going to die. And it's going to go to the credit of Husky. But meanwhile, we're going to have a team fight potentially here. Z-Freak gets taken out. Solar Guardian coming in. Alex is going to get stunned, but there's the song counteracting it. And Divine Llama looking for the double crush potentially. No. LSA is not going to hit because Gunner gets the sleight of fist off. That's 3 dead for Wildcard despite having the Aegis advantage. Searing Chains on the one. Starbreaker is going to fully connect now. Divine Llama, you can see they're actually ignoring him because Alone is the bigger kill. Aegis down and now completely surrounded. He is 6-0, so the bounty is going to be huge for him, and it goes to Moo. What a fight from Nouns, and just disastrous for Wildcard.
Yeah, and again, it just starts out with the Troll getting caught, right? Like you have to either give him better vision up here so he has more info to go on, or you have to protect him with the Naga or something like this. Troll being in no man's land, getting killed for the 5th time this game now.
Yeah.
And then they fight after, right? That's the other thing. Then they follow through, they get Dawnbreaker ultied, and then all goes to absolute shit. They will run out here on Husky, so not even getting that kill on their way out, and Lina losing Aegis and the second life as well. This is one of those situations where you look back on it and you're like, we should have just cut the Troll, but you can understand that at some point you feel like, okay, we can't keep letting him die for nothing, right? So the question is, it's not really about who's at fault, it's about how do you solve it. Because if he needs to farm up there, you need to communicate to get the vision or the protection from a support. And if he's not supposed to farm there, it needs to be called so he isn't going there. But either way, needs to step it up here.
He does finally have Battle Fury.
Yep.
So
that could have been 12 minutes. Imagine.
Yeah. It was on pace to be a ridiculous time. And even like 16 and a half, it's a little bit late. It's not like minutes late. It's maybe like a full minute past the average, I want to say. Something around
that. I think a little bit more, considering that Troll doesn't buy any value item, right? He just has Phase Boots 1. He doesn't have Wraithband, Orb of Corrosion, anything like this. So I do think the good time here is 12 minutes, and the average time is like 13 and a half to 14. So definitely, you know, a bit late for sure. It's not like absolutely tragic tier, right? It's definitely slow.
Why does Troll not get any build-up items?
I don't know. I think some of it is personal preference, and I think also about the lane matchup you have, right? If you can do fine in the lane without buying Wraithband, I think overall this probably favors your speed in total to bypass it. It's always going to be a matter of when you buy these small value items like Wraithband, it's about, okay, does that net you another 3 last hits in lane or not, or give you a kill, or, you know, it's always going to be difficult to say for sure, so.
Yep, Sammy Boy showing himself. They don't really want to expend too much to try to find him. He's going to pop the mirror image, and we'll get away as a result. And Costabile, yep, Midas ready. There you go. And he actually found a Pupil's Gift, which is pretty god tier on Void. Extra HP and mana now. 15 stats to those
What's the
int and
best
strength
neutral item on Void?
for tier 2.
Yeah, I'm debating if it's Ring of Aquila or Brigand's Blade or the Apple. It's one of the three, probably, right?
Probably dependent on the game. I would say Apple in this game because you're going against burst damage of
Yeah.
Lina.
The health is very good for sure.
Behold, a sudden
Prostabile has a Sage coming very shortly, just the recipe away. Obviously, he's had the Maelstrom now for a little bit. So able to farm extremely fast now. And you can see all these camps are blocked.
Interesting choice to go for the Sanj before the Yasha, right? Like, it's kind of telling of his read on the game that he's worried about dying in a burst. So he wants that status resistance and health to try to stay alive and get his spells off over the extra farming speed of the Yasha.
Yeah, Moonlight Shadow right now. Void has to participate in this fight because the Ancients were blocked right there. Searing Chains onto 2. Divide Llama and
so
company
much
looks like they want it
info.
back. Hammer gonna connect with the Starbreaker onto Sammy Boy. LSA, not gonna create too much space. Do a nice job of dodging that, does Nouns.
That's fine for Sammy, though. Like, dying for the team there. This is the kind of thing that you would have wanted when the troll farmed up here the last 2 times, right? Like, this is Naga's job in this game, is to just be a wall that eats ganks for the troll and places obs and sentries in the areas that he wants to farm, so that they can progress their game plan.
Man, look at how many sentries are on the map right now.
Yep.
That is ridiculous, actually.
Both
What
teams
the
are really
hell?
valuing those dire ancients, huh?
Yeah.
That is
And I don't think that one's getting dewarded anytime soon, the one that's blocking the Ancients, so
definitely
that's a
has
bit of an annoyance.
for a while.
Yeah, but Costabile still finding ways to farm. Ooh, he's actually going to be opting for the Halberd, so obviously extremely good against Troll
Oh, so
Warlord.
that's why he went the Sanj. I don't know about that being the right choice here. I mean,
Very
I
defensive.
guess. So you have a
Against
little bit of a
Lardar too.
luxury as carry Void when one of your supports is DP, because I think that is one of the highest damage output supports you can play with. So maybe you can go a slightly more defensive build. All right, Kuron here. Arrow should be coming in. No?
Yeah, but there
What's
are
he chronoing
creeps
for?
there. Divide Llama, he's very healthy, but now you got the catch of Gunner, Hammer to come as well. Down
Almost
goes
able
Divide
to
Llama.
song save. That took
Yules,
so long.
Sammy Boy looking for the song. Will not die to the Starstorm. Just to be late. Oh, Arrow. Has to be sidestep, but I think Sammy Boy might just be dead anyway. One more slight. Oh, no
Didn't
Searing
have
Chains,
mana.
though. But they find him in the end. I mean, Halberd seems pretty good against 3 right-click cores, right? Troll, Lina, and Slardar. And
It is definitely a good item. It's just about whether it's Void's responsibility to buy it, because Dawn already has one, right? I don't know if you need 2 in this game. You could also
you
even buy
looking-
one on DP.
You're looking at it just from the offensive aspect, not the evasion that you get.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is nice, of course, but it is a slower farming item, right? So if you buy this item, you're slowing down your item progression, and I don't know if he really needs this. I mean, they have 2 halberds, so they should be fighting now, right? Like, if you're buying these value items for this timing, then use them.
Yeah, true.
never refuse.
And usually my concern when the safe lane carry goes halberd is, uh-oh, are they scaling? Do they have enough damage? But again, the support duo on Nouns has very high damage output. It's Mirana and DP, so it might just work just fine. Man, what a recovery from Gunner. I mean, he's still behind the Lina, right? But he actually has a game after that start.
Well,
He's
you
now
could say the
4-2 at
same
6.
for Eve. He's died more times than Gunner,
Yeah.
and he's right there with him as well.
Well, he is a Battle Fury troll, though, so he better.
True, but even against the Void, what is he? He's like a 1500 down.
He's 1500 down against the Void that also died solo in lane to Slardar. Right?
One time, though.
One
You're
time.
talking about 5 deaths.
That's
Of course,
true.
the Halberd will slow down the farm a bit. You're definitely right about that. Might be focusing on getting this shard first before they actually try to fight. And that should buy enough time. Yeah, I think the BKB is coming out for Eve now, which is much needed.
Yep.
That'll help him survive, no
This
doubt
next
about
verge
it.
is very soon. Keep that in mind. We're only
Yeah.
22 minutes in, but he
And
can
I-
respawn now.
Devi's BKB is really close as well. So I think
Yeah.
these two aligning is going to be pretty nice, along with Alone having the BKB, which hasn't been used yet. So they're going to have 3 fresh ones.
If they use these well, it's going to negate a lot of the halberd effectiveness, right? So it's all about getting that jump, popping the BKB, and getting the kills off before disarms start mattering. And the Radiant lineup can burst Void Hunter to 0 if the catchment is still. I know he's
Alone.
tanky.
Alone's dead. Oh man, he's actually all alone.
Living up to his name there. There's the
Indeed. Arrow setup, Solar Guardian. Easy pickoff. Just not in the right spot there. 45 seconds.
That is...
And Roche. Ooh, that's actually aligned with Roche perfectly.
Yeah, fortunate for them that Roche isn't up. If Roche was up now, maybe the Dire... I mean, look, Moo is already checking for it. Not up, though. Wildcard don't know this, so they're going to go and check it quickly. Now they know. They actually still don't know. They didn't go in.
Yeah, they didn't go in. They're scared now, and there's a good reason for that. Divine Llama still has his BKB. Going to avoid the Starbreaker and avoid using the BKB. Might have to use it here, though, as Eve is going to come in with the Whirling Axes. 15 seconds on the Lina to come back in this game. All right, you can see the Troll ult.
Was that hoping for a root there on Gunner. Didn't get it.
BKB.
I think miscommunication as well. Slarder was in position to crush there, but didn't go for it, so... That's a pretty... I mean, it's not the longest cooldown in the world for Troll. He just needs to kite and buy time now for this Roche, so they have it again.
And Eve has such a naked inventory. It's so weird to look at.
Yeah.
Maybe going for Blink next, it looks like, but still far away from that. But now, knowing that the BKB is down from Ember, this is a big opening for Wildcard. Song. Creating some time.
Up.
Yep, and Divine Llama looking for that Blink Crush. He can actually attack through that. And he's going to focus now all his efforts on the Void. Dead is Costabile. They find the train of the Nagasaki, but that's just a support hero. Husky's dead in turn, though. Buyback immediately by Sammy Boy. You can see the Halberd used onto Eve, but he's going to brush it off, and now they can go into Roche. Try to force this buyback,
Husky
which won't come from Void.
Well. No Exo. This Roche is theirs. I don't see any world that the Dire even walk over there anymore. I guess the silver lining that two support buybacks are used there, because I don't know if Wildcard actually did need to do that to ensure this, but alright, thanks for the help, Z-Freak. The arrow will stun Roche, and Aegis on the Who gets the shard? Slardar. So that's the Slithering Crush applies haze for 5 seconds. That is really super strong. Gives you another 75 radius on the Crush as well. Nice with the Naga Song to reach heroes more reliably.
It is very good.
Gunner.
Gunner! Ooh, nice dodge. Gets the remnants off as well. Pops the BKB. Beautiful play from Gunner. They just took a beautiful arrow onto Alone. That's the Aegis down right off the bat. Divine Llama is dead, and now Alone completely surrounded. Pops his BKB. Gets off a nice LSA, but he's going to have to be careful here. Rebound not going to be there from Alex because he does not have the shard. So Alex is dead inside his BKB. Ungodly play from Gunner. Holy shit, that was nice. And now Sammy Boy looks to be next on the list. Hammer is there. He will fall 3 dead, including the Aegis. Nouns just outplayed the crap out of Wildcard.
Anticipating that Slardar Crush, dodging that with Slight, and then he immediately Fire Remnants the Lina stun. So both stuns whiff, and Slardar does not have BKB ready. Big payoff from a big individual play there from Gunner. And it's so important, right? Because imagine the Slardar stun lands, he just dies on the spot with that shard. There's no way Gunner survives.
Did he see Did he actually react to the Slardar Crush, or was that just happenstance?
Either he saw him for a brief moment through the trees, or it was just random that he hit the Slight while the Crush comes out, but then the Remnant after definitely premeditated against the Lina stun follow-up, right? So, whether that was all skill or half luck, it is very, very big. That was the Aegis play for Wildcard. Such a big opportunity down the drain.
If that Crush hits, he's dead.
Yep.
Just
and they lose
plain
the
and
tower.
simple, he's dead. Man,
like, instead
what
of
a
an
turnaround.
8k Dire lead, this would have been an even game, almost. That one moment.
That is certainly the play of the game. That's the play of the entire qualifier so far, I have to say. Just can't get over how disgusting that was. All right, well, with that, Nouns pretty much nullify the Aegis and the Roche.
Yeah.
Wildcard side, and they're sporting an 8k lead, so Moonlight Shadow now. We'll see if they're able to find another fight in their favor, as an Elven Tunic is now picked up by Costabile. That's one of the better tier 4 or tier 3s for him. Titan Sliver as well. What do you actually prioritize? Status resist?
I mean, for
probably
now,
keep the
you
Elven.
probably keep the Tunic, right? You don't have that much damage for the Sliver.
True. He's putting in his backpack though, so maybe using this to farm.
Magic resist is nice. I mean, it's close. All right, he's gonna take the Sliver because the evasion is also good, right? So, but since that doesn't stack additively with Halberd, maybe this is the better choice, since he already has an evasion item. Yeah, I think this is the right thing to do, overall. Have to say, though, I haven't felt that much of an impact from the Halberds. Maybe I haven't looked for it correctly, but I don't think they have played an integral role in Nouns being where they're at right now, which means they could have bought other items and maybe had an even easier time. But we could get a big payout from them later.
And Costabile, a recipe away from BKB, which means he can ignore Song of the Siren, which Sammy Boy hasn't really been able to get off too often because he's been kind of the focus in a lot of these beginning portions of the fights here. But Eve is the big story. Obviously, got off to a very rough start in this game, and he's going to have to find his way towards the top of that net worth for him to have some impact on this game overall. And I don't know if SNY is going to be enough. This feels like a nice build. I mean, it's a great item for Boy or for Troll, but I feel like a Scotty or something, a big ticket item, needs to be what is picked up in this game. He needs a lot, though.
Yeah.
Basher, he needs Blink.
Yeah, he does. I do agree. I think Scotty is very strong here, but at the same time, maybe the Basher is actually better because it's just going to come down to whether you catch someone and kill them 100-0 more so than the sustained minus healing and the sustained slow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you are going to run into trouble if these halberds start beating you, so you might need to get as much bang for your buck as you can during your BKB, and then when that runs out, you're kind of just halberded for the rest of the fight. So maybe even a damage item, maybe not even Basher. Maybe you get, theoretically, you get Daedalus or something like that. I mean, it feels kind of weird to say it, so maybe it's just something feels off about it, but maybe Basher's like the best of both worlds. It's some damage, and it is that control that they need.
Well, he's still opting to finish the SNY, so he's going to get the status resist and overall solid stats for the Troll.
Yeah, it's worth keeping in mind he does have sidekick, right? So there's more damage on him than you would think in the fight.
And Corrosive Haze.
Yeah, so maybe he doesn't need that much damage, actually. Maybe they have enough, and to me that even convinced me even more that Basher is the right choice. Maybe
now we're going to see...
Could also be interesting with the Slardar just piling onto someone immediately and killing them off.
Divide is going to get gone on by Gunner. Smoke is popped. They don't see him in the tree line, but they're going to try to go for Alone instead. But the LSA does connect on the Gunner, but he actually rebounds Alone with the BKB, but will that be enough? Gunner actually is going to live, and it possibly is because of that move. Gunner, Remnant's out, but he will fall in the end. 70 seconds of no Ember Spirit, but it'll be a trade for Divide Llama at the very least. But a triple Chronosphere from Costabile. Arrow comes in to take out Sammy Boy as well. The Troll finally gets off the ult, but now the Bash is coming through on the Costabile. He is dead. That's a double kill for Eve. The buyback is required from the Slardar. But a big fight from Wildcard. They get all the cores outside of Moo, who is now in the bottom lane.
What an insane chrono, but no follow-up because Gunner went full-on Rambo to start that fight. That was actually just full-on insane. And that's what Ember is like sometimes, right? You have this player who makes that wild play earlier and you're giving him all the props in the world, and then he does that, where he just stays in too long, overstays his welcome, gets hazed, and just gets right-clicked down to death by Lina with the MKB Crystallis. She hits really hard. You got to respect that and get the hell out of there. You already accomplished quite a lot when you went in to begin with. Cut your losses, get out, and then play it on the high grounds.
Yeah, if Gunner had lived through that, though, then I'm sure Alex
they would have killed everyone in the chrono. But then the chrono doesn't happen, right? Like, it's always what if.
Well, no, it's more... So. You saw what happened at the beginning of the fight, right? Alex rebounded Lina as she BKB'd, so couldn't find the distance to get some extra right clicks off, which I think Gunner just dies right then and there, but it didn't matter in the end. But still interesting. I didn't know you could rebound through BKB on your ally. But I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. I guess if you have the shard, you can also throw in a BKB'd ally, which can be really powerful in certain heroes.
Yeah, that's true.
Never refuse good.
9k lead for Nouns, but now we see a smoke. Wildcard wants to fight.
No Exo, no Chrono. It's a good time.
And Nouns seem to be positioning that they're ready here, but Divide Llama missing the crush. They're going to connect on Eve, and Nouns are able to get away safely.
Good reaction from Z-Freak there on the leap. Gets caught by the crush. It's pretty dangerous to play against a lineup like this. You know if you get caught by Slaughterstone, you just die on the spot. So you've got to be on your toes with all of your mobile heroes to try to get out in time if possible. Fortunately for them, they have plenty of those, right? They have Void, Mirana, as well as Ember that have a way, if they anticipate something, of potentially getting out. Now Chrono's online again, so
Lone
could be a thing here.
Lone has MKB, by the way, so going to counteract a lot of the evasion coming out from the double halberd.
Yep.
Or still needs to get the BKB off before the halberd is used. Now we have a smoke on the other side from Nouns. Roche up in 40 seconds, so they're able to get a couple pickoffs that could lead to a free Roche for each respective team.
Yep. And that would be what Wildcard needs to recover the game, right? They've
Yes.
got both Roches, but they're 8k down. How often can you say that minute 30?
That's true.
Kind of weird, but just too many unforced errors, really.
Light Shadow. You can see the shard now online for Costa Bile. So just using that to scout out Roche with the reverse time walk. Be safe. And Roche is up in 8 seconds. And keep in mind, Wildcard, even though the positioning of Nouns is pretty good right now, they take Roche within 10 seconds. So
Yep.
Nouns have to be very careful. Oh, actually messed up there from Costa Bile. Didn't find the distance into the Roche pit.
Oh, if they
From
walk
Alex
in
and
here,
company. Yep, Gunner's going to be spotted. He's going to get the Searing Chains off. Silence to fall onto Alex. There's the crush initiation. Trying to go for Costa Bile. He dies inside his BKB. And Gunner's next. Double kill for Alone. And a huge team fight for Wildcard. The song sets up another potential kill onto Z-Freak. LSA does connect despite getting the leap off. 2 buybacks are available from Nouns, but one of them is not the Faceless Void, which means third Roche goes the way of Wildcard. And unfortunately for them, it is a Refresher Shard, which, not that that's bad, but Aghanim Scepter would have been huge to cut this lead.
this change on Troll is doing so much for Wildcard in this series. He nets Gunner and kills him 100-0 through BKB. It makes such a big difference that Troll's able to do this now. And that kill on Void was very close, by the way. He BKB'd and he was mid-time walk animation as he died. If he gets that time walk off, they lose the game in the Roche probably. It's like a knife's edge, these situations, because with a successful time walk, he can probably find a 2-man chrono, considering how much Wildcard are piling on top of each other to kill him there. If he gets that, they EXO, they kill at least one with a Mirana arrow, maybe 2, get the Roche, and build themselves a massive lead. Now instead, they're losing racks almost.
Yeah, big Starbreaker comes in. They want to preserve this Aegis, I'm sure, so look for Wildcard to potentially reset here. As Aegis, obviously plenty of time to work with, but not a whole lot of mana on Alone. So just the tier 3 tower. Fortification gets reset for Nouns. And this game is 2k advantage for Wild. That was a 10k net worth swing, not including the Aegis and Cheese, which don't count towards your net worth. And yeah, how does the Refresher Shard come into play this game? Who's going to hold
And that was with a shard, right? Imagine if there was an Ags, how big the gold swing would have been then.
Exactly. I'm sure that's what they were hoping for, but Refresher Shard's going to be on Naga, which support double sleep. I mean,
I think she should give it to the Troll, probably.
yeah, I think the double BKB is going to be
Double
pretty damn
BKB,
important.
double Troll ult.
But it does cost mana now. How much mana is it? It's 200.
200. I think he can support that. His spells are super cheap. It's actually kind of close. So 2 BKBs is 100, and 2 ults is 300. So yeah,
Well, he does have Cheese as well, so that gives mana and HP if he
Yeah, but
wants to hold both.
which slot do you want to free up then?
Boots, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Troll really needs the phase. He cannot drop boots until he has dagger. Wow, what a game. Really
Yeah,
looked
this was
like
a good
Nouns had it all under control, and then that's what these burst lineups can do to you. You need to stay focused the whole time and not get jumped, and it is so hard. And I want to commend Wildcard on that. This is a very important game for them, but they're playing with no fear, really. They're just going for it when they feel there's a moment to be had. That's what you need. If you want to go deep in tournaments or you want to qualify for TI, you've got to be confident in your ability and just do what you've practiced. And this worked out really well for them. They're now knocking down the second tier 3 here.
Yep, that's going to be Just soloed by Alone. Fortification is forced now, so now that's on cooldown. No way to refresh it. And with this Aegis, you're going to get that range racks. Our Noun's going to try to counteract this right now. There's the jump in from Gunner. Solar Guardian is coming. Arrow not going to connect because of the BKB from Alone, but it's coupled with the song, and Alone able to get out. No BKB from Costabile to try to get a bash. That could have been the play. As second song forced.
I do not like that from Sam.
Yeah, that's not great.
Now
BKB.
I like it even less.
Sammy Boy will die. Yeah, that's a big consumable, kind of wasted, it feels
if you
like.
survive, you should not use a refresher shark to save your own life on 5 Naga. This item is way too important for that. So I feel like that was a big blunder. And as well, they were a little bit uncoordinated in this push, actually, because it looked like Alone wanted to fight. He landed the stun on Gunner, and they were able to follow up on that with a Slaughter Crush if he was ready, but then they song. And Alone's immediate reaction is, oh shit, let's get out. This is terrible. I used my BKB to kill this Ember. I'm not staying. And he made the right call to get out of there. So, miscommunication, and then they just, you know, get out with everyone that they can and only cut Sam, which is good. He just needed to not use Refresher, and that's totally fine. They got the rest.
Yeah, Moo, he's going to get initiated on, but gets off that BKB. The Chronosphere onto 2. Who do you choose? Costabile. He actually gets rebounded out of the Chronosphere. Forgot it actually goes through that. Troll dies, though, to start this fight. Alex looks to be next. No, actually gets the right clicks off thanks to the Unleash. Now Divine Llama chasing Moo. Gets the bash. Going to have to get the bounty and run away, but he's going to get Yules in the meantime. Arrow trying to slow this down. Not going to hit, though. Costabile completely out of mana. Starbreaker trying to keep Moo alive. Blink to the TP. He's fine.
I really thought Devi was going to chase there when that arrow missed. I felt like that's when you smell blood in the water and go for that Dawn kill, but being a little bit cautious there. It's easy to say from our perspective with our vision, but yeah. Man, Gunner is lucky to survive that. Really, the armor from Shiva's there playing a big role. If he doesn't have that, he's just toast.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say it's very weird that Dispose works on Chrono. But it does. I guess there's, you know, other spells that reposition you out of Chrono, right? Like Hook and Swap, so in a sense it is consistent. But
it's just weird because she's using her hands.
Yeah, something about it just feels weird, right? But, I mean...
Aegis out in 5 seconds, they just need to wait. Yeah, they need to wait this out. 2 seconds, he gets bashed. There's the song. He's gonna get the refresh of his HP, and TP's out. Sammy Boy will likely pay the price, along with potentially Divine Llama. So Wildcard, after such a good fight initially at the Roach Pit, making some blunders here. It looks like Sammy Boy is definitely dead, and Divine Llama will follow suit. And Devi is dead for 100. Yeah.
Oh boy. I mean, I feel like that's kind of reckless to just go and push that with 5 seconds left on your Aegis. I know you have the backup of Naga, so fair enough, but then Naga needs to die for you, and nobody else needs to be in range to get caught there. The fact that Slardar lingers and gets killed is a very, very big mistake.
Yeah.
And let's see how much Nouns can capitalize off this. They will have Chrono in 20 seconds, so this is actually a 5v4 with Chrono. Huge advantage. Oh, they find Alone. No BKB.
Yep, Solar Guardian Alone. BKB to try to get the safety disposed. Abyssal keeps him in place, but he has the move speed. The Starbreaker connects, and he is dead. No buyback somehow. What is going on? Nouns now at the advantage. 4 dead for Wildcard. Fortifications popped. This is the second tier 2, so the fortification will not refresh yet. They can continue on. There's no reason to stop. You gotta force these buybacks. That's gonna be 1 on Marcy. There is one available now onto Divine Llama. Got that while he was dead. But again, I don't think you can fight without the Lina. And this Exorcism, I think the fact that they're getting this for free should show that there is no buyback onto the Lina.
Level 3
1,500 gold away.
At the next tower. You know, this is 5 DP. 5 DP just taking the base, you know.
Yep, there's the fortification. Now that they killed that first tier 3, refreshes it. But it's only going to delay the inevitable. This is definitely 2 sets of racks. Won't be able to get the megas because there is a tier 2 in the top lane. But if there wasn't, they could have a chance to do that. Because Lina's still dead for 30 seconds. What another turn of events, this time favoring Nouns. What is this game?
You can say what you will about this game, but it's definitely exciting. I mean, it's a lot of mistakes, and everybody is, you know, there's definitely nerves going into this, but wow, it's going really quick, and you gotta stay focused. I feel like certain risks
Oh
are
my
being taken that are not worth it.
We get
Wait.
to see Reelin, Cinderin. Aghanim Scepter on Sammy Boy. Of course, the main reason you get is because you can ensnare BKB targets, but you can reel them in now. I need to see this.
You know
Please.
what? I'm gonna make a bold prediction, Chan. He will not use that part of the spell. He's literally gonna ensnare and run
Probably
away. He might reel in. Why not? He might.
Yeah, well, you can do it while you song, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah, you can reel in for a couple seconds, but then you need to get the hell out of there so you don't die. All right, he's gonna run in first.
Yeah, he's gonna get silenced, so no reeling available for him right off the bat. He's gonna get Starbreaker, though, already at half HP. Troll Warlord pops the cheese, Eve just in time. Still has the BKB and his ult. As Gunner trying to create some space, the Troll Warlord has to use the ult, but there's the Chronosphere on top of him. But the rest of the members of Wildcard are able to maneuver themselves around it. Divine Llama gets a good crush, but he's gonna fall here to the right clicks in all likelihood. Finally will go down and does have buyback. We'll have to expend it immediately. Alone, gotta be careful. Pops that Satanic, and there's the Dawnbreaker ult coming in. He's gonna avoid it. Have the
Nice
Satanic get the
crush.
full HP, but a crush onto 3 heroes from Divine Llama. Trying to focus down Costa Bila. They finally get the Void, but he does have buyback this time.
Gunner?
He has to reposition, does not have his ult to work with. Ember looking to get this kill on the Troll Warlord. He's going to be close. He does find it. 115 seconds of no Troll Warlord. Divine Llama gets off the crush. Now the bash is onto Gunner. Gets off another Remnant, though. Trying to create some space. Will be able to get the side of fist onto the Lena. This is going to be a dieback for her. And that is the death of Wildcard in the upper bracket. Nouns. They were up in this game, then they were losing in this game, and then they were winning again. A very roller coaster game as the GGs come out. Most entertaining game of the entire bracket. We got all our predictions wrong as usual, Cinderin.
Sam with the GG well played, good luck further. Talking like he's out of the tournament.
Yeah,
this was an
maybe they
upper
don't
bracket
know.
game, Sam. You're still in it, bro. You can come back from this.
Yeah, and now
my
Sammy
God,
Boy
this is
knows
crazy.
the reason they lost is because he couldn't use the reel in.
Yeah, man.
Game winning.